This video is going to take you through how to make this vase. You can see here we've got lots of complex things going on here. But we're going to start with a new document. The first thing we're going to do is save our work in our class folder. So I'm just checking to make sure I'm in the right place. This is my Fusion Skills folder. Yours should be in your class folder that your teacher has shared with you. So I'm just going to save this as Vase, and I'm going to begin by drawing the profile that we're going to revolve around to create the main body. So I'm just going up here to create sketch, and we don't want it on this bottom plane because that would mean the top, we'd be looking at the wrong viewpoint for the top to be the top of our vase. So I'm going to click on this panel or that one. Either of those two work planes is fine. Now I'm in the sketch environment here, so I'm going to use a rectangle tool to draw a rectangle. I'm going to make it 80 and then press tab, change the other side to size to 30. Next, up at the top, we're just going to make that nice little lip effect up here. So I'm zooming in here and I'm going to take the ellipse tool. So under create, go to ellipse, and I'm going to click on that line and then go up to the corner and then drag it out. It's quite large. Let's see how this works. Click again on the bottom to draw the other ellipse. And I'm just going to draw a little rectangle here because otherwise we cannot shell the inside. So I'm going to make that rectangle 1 by 1. It just means we've got a nice flat area there that should allow us to do our shelling. So I'm just going to finish that sketch. I'm going to name that sketch the vase profile. And we're going to go to create and revolve. I'm going to click on that profile there. Whoops, got to make sure we select the profile first. For some reason it's now asking me to select the axis first. I don't really like doing it that way around. Maybe I've changed something. Now we select what we want it to revolve around, and it's just this left line there. It's very important that when we did this at the beginning, we made sure the rectangle was on the origin. Okay, and you'll see why later. So now we've got our shape. I'm going to go and try shelling. Now shelling sometimes doesn't work because you get a warning about your geometry. So I'm hoping this one works. Just make it 1 mil, and it has done. What happens if I make it 2? We get an error. So try different numbers if it doesn't work at first. It may be that your shape on your edge is a little bit funny. So you could always revolve and add that later if you wish. So I'm just going to hit OK. And we've got our vase shape there. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to create a component that we're going to use to cut out that nice shape that we've got. So on here, I'm just going to secondary click on my component at the top. I'm going to go down and I'm going to hit new component. Now this component, you see we've got that selected and everything else has gone opaque. This component we've got, I'm going to call this the whole. And in this component, I'm going to create a new sketch. And we're just going to go for across the way. You see, this is why it's very important we're on the origin, because now I'm looking straight in to my shape. I'm just going to use my line tool here to come up from the origin. So it's taking that reference point, and I'm just going to draw kind of pattern shape. I'm going to finish that because we've just got these 2 lines. I'm going to try and mirror this. Because I've drawn it on that axis, I should be able to mirror around there. Let me just show you that again in case I did that too quick. Down towards the bottom, I'm going to use the line tool in our sketch. And I'm going to, when we've got that little square around it, if I come up, there's a little tracing line. Gone, and it snaps back onto that line. Zoom in nice and close to see what you're doing here. And I've just got that shape. It's fine. I'm going to mirror this now. So under Create, it's a mirror option. I'm going to select that line there and that line there. And then hit Select for the mirror line. And there's no line there. Okay, I was hoping to use that origin. So I'm just going to quickly draw a line down there. So it's very important we draw a triangle here. So we hit mirror. I just want those two objects there around the mirror line like so. And then we hit OK. Now that shape could be pretty much anything you want. So what we're going to do is we're going to finish that sketch. And so we see the sketches in here. I should really name that the pattern profile. And what we're going to do is we're going to extrude this. So create, extrude. First thing we have to do is select the profile. So I'm going to select that. Cancel that. Okay, so we're not able to select that body, but we're not really able to see it. But when I'm trying to select that little arrow there, the shape inside there is actually selecting the bottom of that vase. So I'm just going to deselect that there, and I'm going to turn off my bodies. I'm then going to select those, and this time we're going to go two sides, and this is where I need to turn back my body because I need to drag that out far enough to get out there. Now, I've done that 50, so I'm just going to, we don't need it to be 50, but just make sure that both are the same. Okay, and now we've got a new body within our component. We can just hit OK. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pattern that. So go to Create and Create Pattern, and we want a circular pattern. So this option is to go with faces. I'm going to change that to be bodies. I'm going to select that body, and then I'm going to select my axis around that center point there. So we can't quite see that. Turn off that body again. Now we can see it. And it's just one of those things. You turn on the body and off the body. Just get used to turning them off and on. I'm going to change that up to 4. Does that work? No, that's no good. What about 6? 7? Oh, that's too many. 3? Oh, not that many. 2? No. 7 is actually probably okay for this. Just going to hit OK. And now we have created our component which we're going to use to cut out that shape. I now want to pattern that in a rectangular pattern. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click components. I want that component there, and we want to bring that up in one direction. So let's just say we're turning off that 0. Let's give it a distance of 70, and we've got 4 of them. Let's see what happens here. You select the direction we want to go that way, so click on that axis. So the key there was that we've got the object selected, we want the direction there. I'm just going to drag that up, and that's just 3. I think we want to bring that all the way up to there, and let's try changing the number here to 6. It's quite a lot. I think we might be able to get a nice effect from that. Maybe bring that up a little bit higher, a bit closer. Now it's jumping from 50 to 60, so I'm going to change that there to 55 because I think that'll be a better fit. And then hit OK. And you can see now we've got holes 1, 2, 6 going along there. And what we're going to do now is we're going to go back to the main project. So I click on that little circle there, and now you can see it's a bit of a mess. What we're going to do now is use the combine function. So go up here to modify, go to combine, and what we're going to do is select the target body. That's always going to be the vase. The tool body, we're going to select that to be hole 1. Okay, so we just click on that there. And what we're going to do is we're going to use it to cut, but we're going to keep the tools and then hit OK. And what's happened is it's only selected that first hole. So I need to edit that again. So edit the feature. And what we're going to do, we need that turned on. We're going to select all parts that make up that. So I'm going to hit OK. Now if I turn that off, you should see edit that feature again, using that to cut. Okay. Turn off that. Why is there no goal? I'm just going to delete that and do it again fresh. Let's try this. So modify, target body, tool body select. We're going to work our way around these. Cut, keep tool. Okay. Then turn that off. We got our holes. Good. So for some reason, when I edited it, it didn't work. Now I'm going to turn that one off, and I'm going to do the next one. Combine, target body, tool body select. We're going to work our way around there. Keep tool, good. Hit OK. Turn off the visibility there. You can see, and again, do the same thing again. Tool, target body, tool path, tool bodies. So it's a really nice feature, this, that you can use any component or body that you have to remove shapes from other parts. It could be done to create works and turning joints or any number of other options. Lots of different things you can do. The last one, what we can do, same operation again, select the two bodies. For the last one, we're going to change it from keep tools so they disappear. So when I do this now, hit OK, they've all gone. And even when I turn the other ones on, they disappear. Okay. You might not want to do that unless it's you. So there's a nice finished vase. You can modify the material to make it something more attractive. Maybe it would be glass. Or it's more likely that this would be a nice knurled. I'm going to use my glass, but you can make yours as attractive